Life has a way of throwing you a curveball when you least expect it. You need money fast, but the big lending institutions aren't interested. There are others willing to lend you money, but at what cost? Thankfully, there is a better way. People Trust is a 501c3 nonprofit community development financial institution loan fund whose primary focus is to help those in need by allowing them access to money fast. Our rates are low, and you can borrow as little as a few $100s. Just go to peopletrustloans.org and let us know how much you need. Fill in some basic information, upload copies of your ID and credit score, and the money will be in your account in minutes. We also have financial education tools and will inform you of new developments such as relief measures due to COVID-19. At People Trust, we are here to help you get through uncertain times so you can come back better than ever. Find out how we can help today.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you have a business? Do you need more exposure for your business? Do you feel like it's time to take your business to the next level? If you answer yes, ABB Media Group can provide the following services for you: graphic design, website design, photography, and videography. We can also help with press releases and mobile text messaging, which let you build an audience, reach your clients and customers quickly, and most of all, see clicks turn into sales. Text the word services to 501-200-3076. Let's have a conversation about putting your business in front of more people. For more information, visit our website.
I'm Brian Farmer, Managing Partner.
And I'm Whitney Clark Farmer, founder and owner of Purple Rose Beauty Supply Store.
Purple Rose Beauty Supply Store opened March 21st, 2020. It was started to give people an opportunity to shop at a Black-owned beauty supply store, while also seizing the opportunity to try something new.
We provide a multitude of beauty products, including shampoos, conditioners, beauty accessories, hair extensions, wigs, lip gloss, candles, and more.
We also offer a selection of men products. We offer shipping and curbside service too.
We are one of 4 Black-owned beauty supply stores in the state of Arkansas, and we are a husband and wife team.
Contact us at 501-891-6175 or find us on social media at Purple Rose Beauty Supply Store.
All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when and where you're watching this live stream or catching the hashtag replay of this live stream. Welcome to My Story Interview. I'm your host, Kevin Williams with Arkansas Black Businesses. And today we have in our virtual building, she's known as the Custom Cakepreneur. Please welcome Dee Morris with the One by D. Dee Morris, how are you today, my sister? Mic check, mic check. I think you muted, Dee. Let me unmute you. There we go.
Yes, I was on mute. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. And thanks for joining us this Sunday evening.
Glad to be here.
So Dee, let's take it back, way back to your humble beginnings and kind of share with the viewers and watchers, like what was the inspiration for you to even get into, dessert business?
Okay. Well, starting kind of in the middle of the beginning, I was newlywed and just wanted something to do. I always did bake, but I wanted something to do that could also earn extra money. Just a few $100 extra is all I had in mind. And I made a price list of all the cakes that I could make, typed it up on my laptop at home, printed it off on the printer. I made some little perforated business cards I got from the Dollar Tree. And I went to work because, my coworkers and friends were going to be my top customers. So I went to work with it and I was selling pound cakes for $15 back then.
Pound cakes for $15.
pound cakes for $15.
Wow.
At that time, my husband was one of my biggest supporters. He had a handful of friends that wanted yellow cake with chocolate icing. So I sold a whole bunch of those. And that's how it started. One cake a month sometimes, and no social media. It was word of mouth and just people that knew me and wanted a cake on Sunday, usually. Nothing really decorated. And in 2009, I got on Facebook and started sharing cakes every week. Every time I do a cake for a party,
Mhm.
share it. More and more people came out the woodwork.
Wow. And so you've been baking since 2003?
I baked all my life. So why I said the middle of the beginning,
Okay.
because when people would ask me, how long have you been baking? How long have you been doing this? I couldn't remember ever not doing it. So I thought all the way back, the first cake I ever made was with my great aunt Helen, who was my grandmother's older sister, and they were about 20 years apart. So you can imagine the age difference. I
Mm.
was 4 and she had to be well over 60 and let
Wow.
me sit with her and bake a cake one day. And that is the very first cake I remember. After that, it was mama letting me mess up a lot of groceries. A lot of groceries.
So now did you have that easy bake oven?
I did have that.
Really?
Yeah, I had that.
You know these kids today, they don't know what the easy bake oven
Yeah,
is.
I had the light
Tell them
bulb
what the
oven.
easy bake oven is.
Easy bake oven is like it's about which way I go? About this big. It's not
Uh,
very big.
nope.
You slide your it comes with little recipes. You add water and you stir and you put it on the little pan and you slide it into the oven and it's got a hot light bulb in there. So it take I mean a little cake about that thin. So it takes about 10 or 15 minutes and you come out with a real cake.
Yep.
But you got to get more packets. You always have to be buying more little mixes to go in there. So
Right, right.
that part. But I had that.
Now, D, here's the question. I think everybody want to know because you know they're now calling in the time that we're living in. You know, the Great Resignation, and so
Mhm.
thousands of people are like quitting their jobs every day
Right.
to go in business. Now, did you like go into the baking business like full fledged, or were you working at the time? And if you
Oh my goodness.
were, like, tell us about kind of walk us through that journey and to where you are now.
I was definitely working. I mean, from the time I got out of college, I would take cakes to work for potlucks. I was working for the state. Then I was working for the Child Abuse Hotline, another state agency. I was taking cakes to potlucks. That's where I made the price list and put it up on my cubicle at work and announced that I was selling cakes. So I was there, and then I was at another company. Everybody probably knows where I worked for 16 years until July, and I decided to go into the cake business full time,
No, so was that July of 2020,
2021.
July
Yes,
2021?
right.
Really?
So, yes, I have worked and built this business alongside one another the whole time.
Now, did you while you were working and still building the business,
Mhm.
were you doing all this from home, or did you have like a location where you would do these cakes?
All from home. Everywhere
Really?
I've lived, I have turned the kitchen into a factory.
Wow.
Yes.
So for those that are aspire to like go into the dessert business, I guess there's no excuse why they can't do it, right?
No, there's no excuse other than it's maybe not really their passion. I
Hmm.
mean, I loved baking first. And when I wanted extra money, I was always used to working 2 jobs. But at some point, I didn't want to do that. And I just figured, hey, I can do this, something that I like, and just put a little price tag on it. My goal was only $300 a month. So if you don't do it, it's probably because it's not really your passion, or if you get started doing it and decide not to do it, it just may not really be your thing. Maybe you're just in it to earn a few dollars and Sometimes you don't earn. Sometimes people don't take your price. And if that makes you want to quit, then it's not for you.
Mm. Now, something took place in December of last year, 2021. I think
Hmm.
I reached out to you and we had a conversation. And because what people are seeing now,
Hmm.
the whole makeover of your business, that wasn't like that in 2021. So kind of walk us through that journey of what took place when you and I sat down and we had a conversation about what you want to do with your business.
Okay, yes. I had a conversation with you and you asked what was my vision or what was my goal. And I mentioned that I was really wanting to focus on the wedding cake division of my business. And you said you had ideas for how to make me a superstar. And and so we discussed all those ideas. We discussed a rebranding, an improvement on the website that I had to make it more geared toward what my goal is wedding cakes. And that turned into a video, and it's been great. Now I'm here on an interview.
The one of the things that I just have to like give you credit for is that you've never been afraid to like invest in yourself and invest in your business. Like, where does that discipline come from?
Well, I learned that over the years, and I was one of the ones that was looking for free information too for a long time. I also invested in a business coach, which you know about that,
Mhm.
and she has taught us to invest. You have to spend some money to make some money. So when opportunities come up, and I can trust the people that I'm investing in, like you and Arkansas Black Business, then I do that. I don't mind. It does pay off. And it does help with my pricing because when I know I've invested like that,
Mhm.
I don't mind charging what I charge.
Mm. And so you specialize in custom cakes. You specialize in birthday milestone. So for the person that says, okay, birthday milestone, like Miss D, what's a birthday milestone cake?
Turning one, first of all, baby shower, turning 1, 5, 10, 13, 15, 16, 18, 21. Those celebrations that we have based on a certain age. I call that a milestone. Or
Okay.
retirements and weddings and all those things we celebrate highly.
Mm. And then custom cakes would be like what? So let me just I just don't want to be the devil's advocate. But a custom
Okay,
cake is like a pound cake. Is that considered a custom cake?
absolutely not.
Okay, so what's a custom cake, D?
A custom cake, it becomes custom when I write your name on it. When I put the color combination on there that you want, it becomes custom at that point. If I just ice it in white icing and say, here, put a little circle in the middle and say, here's your cake, that's not really custom. But if I put anything on there that you requested special from me, it's a custom cake. And milestone just means you're celebrating a very special event in your life.
Okay. Now, like typically, what's the range of your custom cakes? And I know you just you can't like pinpoint a certain range, but like,
Mhm.
what's the typical range for your custom cakes?
Price range,
Hmm.
custom anywhere from 60 to well over $1,000.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, that $1,000 custom cake is that typically like your wedding cake?
Wedding cakes, some birthday cakes, because
Really?
people request the
No, wait,
same.
hold on, D. Hold on, wait. If you paid $1,000 for a wedding cake, you must have turned 100.
It's the design. I mean, people ask for elaborate designs to feed 200, 250 people.
Hmm.
It's the design and the number of people you're feeding, even if you say it's simple. oh, it's a simple design. Well, but when you feed over 150 people or
Mm-hmm.
more,
Mm-hmm.
it's not simple anymore. That's a whole lot of cake. It's a whole lot of work. You need it delivered. You want it to be right. You want it structured right. You want it to show up on time. So all of that makes it not simple. And
Okay.
that's what I charge for.
Okay. Now the design. Let's talk about the design because I've seen a lot of your design cakes, and I've
Mhm.
always said she had to went to art school her whole time in high school to design these type of cakes. So how did tell me how did that come about? I mean, did you major in art? Are you an art teacher?
Not at all. Not at all. I was baking pound cakes and bunt cakes and sheet cakes for Sunday dinners. That's what I was doing. And I took one or two classes at Michael's and Hobby Lobby just to get a feel for decorating cakes. And
Mhm.
then as people ask for things, they'll send me a picture and they say, "Can you do this?" Well, back then when I started, I said, I'm never going to say no. I won't say I can't do it.
Mhm.
So even if I thought it was a challenge, I had time to go learn, figure out exactly what it would take to make the cake.
Mhm.
So that's how I've always done it. And I hear a lot of bakers say they practice beforehand. I didn't practice first. I didn't have the resources at the time. I was running the business out of my paycheck, basically,
Wow.
um, using grocery money to buy things. So I didn't have the money to make it twice. And I wasn't charging right. So I had to get it right the first time. So it
Hmm.
didn't take an art class. I look at the designs they send me. For the most part, I get an inspiration picture and I do my best to give them what the picture offers or make it better than the picture because some of the pictures are not gorgeous cakes, but I try to make it better.
Hmm.
Or if I'm allowed, given some room, I can put my own spin on it. After you
Wow.
look at thousands of cakes, you got a whole lot stored up here, whole lot
Right.
of ideas.
So, uh, you recently did I think it was it the Arkansas Bridal Show?
Yes, Arkansas Democrat Gazette Bridal Fair
Okay.
last
And
Sunday.
yep. And so you had like 200, I guess it was like trial cakes or
Little
something like that.
sample boxes,
So,
yes.
yeah. Tell us
Uh-huh.
about the situation with that because uh,
Okay.
you ran out pretty quick,
I
didn't you?
did.
Yeah. So what happened?
So normally I would go with little 2 ounce, let me get my hand in the right, little 2 ounce condiment cups with the sample inside,
Hmm.
and people would just pick up the individual flavors that they wanted and throw them in their bag, or they would stand right there, pop it open, and eat. Well, with COVID and everything going on, I was trying to make the table as contactless as possible
Hmm.
and seamless. So I said, well, let me put them in a cute box, make it look nice. All six of the flavors that I offered were in the box, a business card and a spoon.
Hmm.
So you can grab your box, you got everything you need. Now, I didn't get all the immediate feedback right there at the table like I normally would, where they could pop it open and eat it.
Hmm.
But that was okay because I was trying to keep the COVID down. But
Right. Right.
so that was this year's idea. I couldn't really estimate how many people come by the table each year because they had the individual cups and they were just grabbing them, and I always came home with cups and um. But this year they took those boxes that I thought I would only give to the bride, but that's impossible when her
Right.
mom is standing there, her aunt, her bridesmaid,
Right.
everybody grabs a box. So in 3 hours, we were completely out of boxes and still had 3 hours to go.
Wow.
My friend and I sat there about another hour and a half just passing out business cards until they were all gone and giving out as much information to people as we could. But we were tapped out of everything I took in 3 hours. And I've got
Wow.
some great feedback from the bride since Sunday.
Well, you know what? I have to say this: your presentation is impeccable,
Thank
and
you.
you know people don't think that presentation matters, but it really does. I saw how you had samples in those boxes and the ribbons across them. I mean, to me, that is presentation, and that's another way for you to, justify, the I don't want to use the word the cost of a cake, the investment of a custom cake, because Robert St. McIntosh used to say this. He said, cheap food ain't good and good food ain't cheap.
Correct.
You get
I
what you
remember
pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've improved some things over the years. I mean, that took some thought and planning ahead. And honestly, I would have amazing ideas over the years that I just didn't have time to execute because 40 hours of that week I was at work. So all the ideas and everything that I would have to do, I had to do um, between 5 and 5 a.m. So everything just doesn't get done. I let myself off the hook for a whole lot of great ideas that I just could not do. But this year, this last half of the year has been all about the One by D and growing that business and being connected with friends in the industry that have great ideas. And they say, oh, no, don't do that. That's not cute. I use my daughter, who is very frank and very blunt. She wasn't a fan of the bow on the box, but we went for it anyway. And she helped me with it. So um, it's all about my business now. And that's what matters. That's why things are improving.
Wow. Um, outside of you being a custom dessert creator, you also you an author. So tell everybody about this author in you and this book that you've written, this Amazon bestseller, and they can also get that on the website. And we'll talk about that
Okay.
later. But yeah, talk to us about the book.
Okay, the book came from people picking up cakes and saying, "Dang, how long you been doing this?" And I would say, "I don't know, for a long time." I always couldn't quite pinpoint how long I had been doing it. So I thought about the same story I told you earlier about baking the cake with my great aunt. And I woke up about 3:30 one morning, picked up my iPhone, and I typed this story into my phone in the notes section. Um, Went through a lady who was also in my coaching group, and she was a publisher. So I asked her about publishing the book, and that's how it started. The book is about that first encounter with my great aunt baking the cake. So you can find that on Amazon. It is at bit.ly/Lil D 2018 LILDEE 2018. And that's where you can find the book. It's a coloring book. And if you go through me, I can give it to you as a coloring book bundle. It has the coloring book, crayons, and a little recipe, and I can also sign the book. So if you go through me, you can get the coloring book bundle, but it can be found on Amazon. Lil D Bake the Cake, Lil D 2018.
Wow.
Mhm.
So D, is there any other secrets that we need to know about? We
No.
know you're a custom dessert creator, you're an
Mhm.
author.
Mhm.
What are some things that you got in the making that you're going to be executing this year?
This year, I always say I'm gonna get into the classes, but this is the first year I've been able to focus on just the One by D. So as um as I get the wedding cake division underway, then I plan to be able to do some baking classes, whether for adults or children. Adults haven't seemed very interested in learning baking. Some have, some don't. They want to just order. But if you need that, I'm available for that. We'll get it off the ground. But really, I want to build this wedding cake business and branch off into other passive income because I
Wait
got
a
to get off
minute.
my.
Hush your mouth. Did you say passive
I
income?
did. Uh-huh.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Yeah, off your feet money.
I love it. I love it, D.
Yeah.
So, D, what are some words of inspiration you want to share with the viewers before we wrap it up? And also, how can people learn more about you, purchase your book? What's the website for that?
Okay, for the book, you can go to bit.ly/Lil D 2018. That's LILDEE 2018. The book is on Amazon. Lil D Baked a Cake. You can go through me to get the book. You can reach me at my brand new website made by Arkansas Black Business at www.theonebydee. You can go there and get in touch with me through email or my phone. What would I say to encourage other people?
Mhm.
Find what you are passionate about and do it. Make some money doing it. That's what I'm teaching my daughter and my son. Find something you like and try to make your money that way. If you need to work to invest into that passion, then definitely do that. But always keep your first love in your mind, because that's where your joy comes from. That's where everything comes from. So definitely invest in your business. You will not get everything for free. I've invested heavily, still am, always will. And you can YouTube so far, and that's about as far as you'll get.
Mm.
So you do have to invest money to build your business. And just always stay inspired. If you lose inspiration for what you love, you need to go get it back. That's all I have to say.
Wow. Well, you heard it from the custom cake creator herself. And by the way, she has the best cake in the room. Am I right, D?
That's
The
what they
best cake in the room, baby.
That's why I had these shirts made, because that's what they told me. Now I didn't just come up with it. It's
Well,
not
hey,
supposed to brag, but they said it. I mean, they come back to the table and they say we've been all over this room, and whether there are 8 bakers in the room or 2, they come in and they say yours was the best.
wow.
Mhm.
Is this correct right here, D? This is Verlin Randolph. Is this the correct link?
Oh, the link is it's Lil D 2018 on Amazon. The name of
Okay.
the name of the book is Lil D Baked a Cake. On Amazon, it's bit.ly Lil D 2018. Thank you, Berlin. These
Okay.
are
And then also it's on your website too. The book is on your website too.
yes. Okay.
Yep. So if you can
Okay.
just, if you want to go directly to the website,
Okay.
again, everyone, you can go to the one by D, TheOneBydee.com. And on that site, she has the book on there as well. So, D, it's
Yes.
been an honor,
Thank you.
a pleasure, and much of a privilege to learn about your journey, learn about your story, and taste your wonderful custom creation cakes.
Thank you. Thank you to all my friends and family and business sisters who have tuned in. I see your names popping up. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Coach Kevin, for inspiration. And if you all need to market your business, definitely go through Arkansas Black Business.
There it is. Arkansas Black Business is where we keep the community connected. Guys, again, we appreciate each and every one of you being on this My Story live stream interview. And we will be back with the next My Story interview. And by the way, if you're an aspiring or inspiring entrepreneur and you have a story, which we all have a story about how we started the business, definitely send us a message on our Arkansas Black Businesses page, because we want to know your story, and we want the world to know your story. Why? Because stories sells and facts only tell. This is your host, Kevin Williams with ABB Media Group. Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.